Matrix reimprinting. Okay, so it is EFT. Yeah? We're using the EFT sequence. It's just that there's a new client that's the focus of attention now. And because of that new client that's in the frame here, it's changed everything with me with EFT. Okay. The way I see it, the way I work with EFT, all the protocols are very, very different now because of realizing that we have these echoes. So we're going to say what echoes are, how they formed, we're going to the science of this, why we're working specifically with echoes, why they're called echoes, and that's what we're going to get into. How exactly we apply EFT to these echoes. And I'll tell you how this started. It was, when did I meet you, Kerry? A few years ago? Close to 3 years ago. Unfortunately, ran into Kerry in Thailand. I'd just been to Australia and did a training there, at level 1 and 2. And I did one in Thailand as well. And there was, on a course, there was a lady that every day, on day 1, she tried to go and work with a particular issue, and she couldn't, because every time she tapped, something else came in, and she didn't want to deal with that. And she was getting more and more distraught over the first day, the second day. Same thing would happen. She tried to work with this. You'll know this with your clients. They think they were working here, you end up over here, because that's more pressing, more urgent. You see this all the time. And that was happening on the course. By the end of the second day, she was really distraught. The third day, she came and said, like, you know, I know I've got to deal with this. So, being a gentle person I am, I said, well, let's deal with it in front of everybody else. So, and she's like, oh. And I said, it's okay, we can work blind on it. We'll go in gently and can work blind, so you don't have to talk about it, but at least you can deal with that. So, we started working on it, and it was to do with herself and her father. And, we got to a certain point, and she was really anxious. And I said, like, you can see what's happening in the picture right now? I was just getting to look at the picture, then we could, just normal EFT techniques, to see what came up, and then we could tap on that. And I said, can you see the picture? And she said, yeah, it's so clear. I can see that little girl so clearly, I could tap on her. And at that point, I said, okay, do that. Just imagine going in there and tapping on that little girl. And she did that. And sometimes I have a little bit of intuition, and my intuition said, just shut up, don't say anything, and just tap on her. So I just tapped over and over. And it's probably about 5 minutes. I just tapped over and over again. And there's a lot of tears, smiles, and all the different emotions you could see going on. You could see all the different aspects coming in, SUS levels going up, coming down. And then at the end of it, she just smiled and said, it's all okay now. And I knew at that moment something really special had happened. That her working on that, what you would say is an inner child. And for a long time, that's what I was calling these echoes, was inner child. And the fact that she actually went into the picture and tapped was pretty, I knew that was different. So, I've pretty much got to Matrix to thank, Matrix reimprinting. I've got that lady to thank for realizing that. Okay, so after that happened, over the next 3 years, from time to time, the situation would arise more and more often where I would work in this way, that we'd go into the field, into the memories to tap. And then about a year ago, things really started to escalate. It's almost every time I did a session, there was an echo there. So that's how it started. And then there were certain questions within EFT that I was struggling with, which I'll talk about in a little while. So the matrix is my preferred term for what some of you will call God, the field. Many, many terms for basically this consciousness in the universe. The quantum physicist Max Planck in the 40s, he came up with a statement that just really shocked the whole scientific community when he said that there's a matrix of energy that connects everything in the physical world. It's a blueprint. So first of all, you have this energetic blueprint, and from that eventually everything arises. Everything that's in our universe first started off as this energy. And the more concrete the energy becomes, it becomes from waves to molecules to eventually You know, like ourselves, like chairs, like carpets, like Ollie and Sam and everything else. But it all starts with an energetic blueprint. And these basic molecules, these strings of energy that on a subatomic level are the consciousness that's just waiting to be kind of written on and have information. Does that make sense? Okay. So I love the title Matrix rather than Field or anything else. When I was talking to Bex, trying to come up with a title for this work, at one stage it was going to be called Field Reimprinting. But then I had a mental picture of a linesman and a football ground with one of them little machines that they go up and down, and they're reimprinting the lines. So I thought, no, that doesn't work for me too well. And I love the word matrix, and so not to get confused with the film The Matrix, although in a roundabout way it's the same theory. It's the same theory. Okay, so some of the other scientists, Greg Braden. I like some of his quotes here. I'm sure many of you have read Greg Braden. If you've not, do so, because his work is wonderful. Okay, so he says there's a field of energy that connects everything. So we're talking about this matrix. And this field plays a container, a mirror for our beliefs. So whatever we believe is put out into the matrix. And that belief is going to be reinforced by our experience. Many of you, I'm sure, already are there and understand this and believe this, and so we can talk law of attraction, bringing all that kind of understanding into this. It feels holographic. Every part is connected to every other part. We're all connected. All the great avatars, the gurus throughout time have all said we're all connected through this energy. You know, we're just one energy. And also, I think in this day where we're at right now, in the evolution of mankind, we are at a real turning point. We all sense this, don't we? That right now, it's a crucial time in evolution. Those of you, like the main understanding of 2012, the biblical revelations, and we sense this going on. There's a great time of Notre Dame's work, many other people throughout history. And we're at that time right now. And I think understanding this unity, we've got to come to understand we're all connected. And so on one side, you know, people like you here that realize this, and we're all looking at helping other people connect. And then on the other side, the polarity is the divisions that's going on around the world. And you see the escalation in both, like always, like, you know, the light and the dark, the yin, yang, good and bad. Okay, and we see that what's going on right now. Okay. And I was just listening. I'm going to play a clip of Bruce Lipton a little later. And he says about a quote from the Bible, that meek will inherit the earth. And that's us. We're the meek. And eventually that's what's going to happen, that we're going to be the future. Okay.